G'day ladies and gentlemen, I'm Totally the Toad and I'm back with another video. And first off, I'm sorry if you can hear my coffee machine in the background. I just really need some coffee. I'm super tired. But I'm also kind of thrilled to get started on my next project, which is underwear. So I got this pattern from Black Snail's Pattern and the link will be in the description, and I thought we're gonna start off by making the chemise. That one right there. And I don't anticipate it being super duper difficult. Fingers crossed it won't be super duper difficult. Oh yeah, of course. I should also say this is a part of my endeavour to make a Victorian, Edwardian, late 1890s-ish wardrobe. And the previous episode I started off mocking up the corset, so this is just a continuation of that, and I'm ready to get started just cutting out the pattern pieces. And this time I've bought the right size and I'm gonna measure it and measure myself again to make sure. I've gotten this old bed sheet to do it because it feels super soft and probably very nice to have against your body. I'm a bit worried it will be too thick, possibly, but I don't think so. I've never made anything like this before, so I'm not sure just how thin or how thick it should be, but I tend to get warm rather easily, so it's one of the things I'm most nervous about wearing this type of clothing. After 5 minutes I found the first curdle, which is my bottom. Spoiler. But two of my sizing, namely the bust and the waist, fit rather perfectly into size 40, European sizing, but my hip size is a size 44, so it's 2 sizes bigger. So that's problematic. That probably means I'm gonna have to cut out, because this only goes to size 44. So I'm gonna cut out the biggest size pattern, and then we're gonna see, because it's easier to just take in if we need to. I love it when it just starts on a upward slope, don't you? But we're gonna get into it. We're gonna cut out the pattern pieces and then see if we can do this. I got home today, got my coffee ready, thought this is a perfect time for me to start cutting up the pattern, or not the pattern but the fabric, because I've already cut out the pattern pieces. And this weekend my boyfriend moved in and I gotta show you guys my table. I mean, it's very sweet that he brought his plants and I really do like them, but my table. Well, okay, so one, I managed to get some stains on my perfectly new pattern instantly, and I don't know what I put on there, but it's bled through on all of the pattern pieces. So that's great, but I also realized that this is one of these patterns where it's like cut and extend 38 centimeters or 15 inches. And I really don't like those patterns. I get it, it saves a lot of paper, but I'm so glad that I decided to look in the little pamphlet, because there are 2 of these little tiny pieces that I almost threw in the bin because I didn't recognize that they were there. Thankfully it is now solved and I'm ready to move on to my now cleared table and cut out some pattern pieces. Yup. Fine. Realizing the very real possibility that I don't have enough fabric. I hope I have enough fabric. I'm gonna check. I can't draw a smooth and straight line if my life depended on it. And again, I did not press my fabric, but we do have enough of it, I think, which is a real relief. So yeah. It's not going to be terribly long, which is nice, but I'm just gonna finish this up and then we can pin it together and have a go at trying it. I'm not sure what these are for, actually. So that will be fun to see. I'm trying to find a place. I'm just gonna take them off so I can... Oh god, I'm so tired. Yeah, I look dead. It's because I feel dead. So that explains it. But I'm also going to have a look at my stash, if I can find it, to see if I possibly have some lace left. Because I have a distinct memory of having some cotton lace. Not too much, but I don't need that much to just go around the neckline of the thingy. And hopefully I still have some of that left, because I think that would match the color and I think that would add just a little something to it without taking over. And they do tell you to add lace, so this is not me being creative and smart. I'm just doing as I'm told. But I'm just hoping that I don't have to buy anything else. Not only did I have enough fabric for the pattern, I also hopefully have enough fabric left to make a medieval cap, because I've been wanting to make one of those for ages. And if you guys are interested in me actually filming that, let me know. Let's see if I managed to actually film this segment this time. I've tried twice. One of them I didn't record, and the other one I got a phone call mid-sentence. I colored the pattern pieces. I figured out what these are for. It's actually quite simple once I started thinking about it. Because you see, the pattern is one that closes at the shoulders, so that if you're wearing like a low-cut dress, you can unbutton it and flip it down over your corset so that it doesn't show if you don't want it to. So that's that. And these goes on top of this, not on top of, but under the straps as reinforcements, because when you have buttonholes and stuff, you usually want to reinforce that area to make it more sturdy. This is the back side, you can't really see it, and I still haven't found my gorilla pod. But you pin the backside strap to it, and there are actually lines that you're supposed to follow on the pattern. So you pin that first and you sew it down, so that once you actually sew the dress together, it will already be attached. I have sewn down the strips, as I don't think you can see that from afar, but there we go. It's not very straight, but that's fine. Also, it took me forever and ever to find out how to do pin tucks, because that was one of the things that I have heard the word, but I never really knew what it meant. So I think I've pinned them in place correctly. I am not 100% sure. And after I have sewn these down, we are going to try to pin the front and the back together and try it on. I didn't want to do it before. I know I said I was going to. Mostly because I don't think fit is super important as long as I can get it on and it's not too tight. And B, one thing that is important is how wide it is here. And if you don't do the pin tucks, it's going to be super wide, and I don't think it's going to tell me what I need to know. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sew down the pin tucks, and then we can pin it together. Also, I'm not sure whether or not I showed this to you, but this is the lace that I found in my stash. Please focus on that and not me. Yeah, there we go. It's cotton, and I really think it's a cute little lace. I think I've used it for something once before, but there's still quite a bit left, so it should be enough. Now, it's a bit too thin, and I don't have enough to do both the arms and the neckline, and you're supposed to. So I did have to buy stuff. So I went to my local sewing shop and I got this. Yeah, here we go. It's not optimal. I had found one that I preferred that was very close in design to this, but only a bit bigger, that I did want, but the color was just not great. But this color matches rather well, and I think it's gonna be fine to have, yeah, you know, for the neckline is what I'm hoping. So it's what we're gonna use. But yeah, let's sew down some pin tucks. Yeah, sorry about my hair and the lack of battery. I hope I have time to film this. It's just a very quick update for you. I have completed the pin tucks and I am not sure how well I did with these. I think it is okay, but I'm not sure, and I'm gonna show you guys up close. Okay, so number one. Oh, it's so uneven because this side is uneven. This is pretty even actually, but that's very uneven. And this is the back side. Just wanted to show you that I'm not very good at sewing straight. And this here is the front. I haven't pressed it. I'm gonna see if I can find my iron and ironing board, but I wanted to show you that first. So it's really big. I could just slip it off my shoulders without any problems, and oh, it's so big. Here, I could probably take it in a bit, but not too much. So I think I have to take it in a bit up here because it's so big, and I have to probably take the arm size in just a bit, like this maybe, and then I think it will be okay. I mean, it doesn't need to fit me perfectly, but just putting up my camera, this just went whoop. Could also work if I maybe took it in here, like added some more pin tucks maybe, so that it can't slip as much. Maybe that could work too. So we'll see what I can do, but it is way too big right now. So yeah, and I was like, I'm sure this will be easy. Well, so I have done some changes. What I started off by doing is adding 2 pin tucks to the sides and 2 to the middle, which did make it a bit less wide, which I personally liked because it doesn't feel as if it's gonna slide off. I also, on this side here, took it in about 2 to 3 centimeters. Look it up in inches if you want inches. Whereas on this side I haven't, but it'll be somewhere around there. I think if you look at how it falls here, it'll be a bit about like that. I think that's good. It doesn't feel too tight. It doesn't feel like it's gonna fall off me. So I think that's good. And I think it wasn't that difficult to actually change. So whew, we're back on track. So this isn't the actual fit because I'm wearing clothes underneath, but I just couldn't be bothered to take them off again. But I do think the fit is much better. I didn't feel like it's gonna slip off. I don't think it can slip off, so that's great. So the next step, if I understand the instructions correctly, is to attach the lace around here. So I'm gonna read the instructions again, and then we're gonna do that. So I forgot to say, which is why I'm filming this. Here we have to fix the seam first. So I'm gonna do a flat felt seam and not a French seam, because I know how to do that and I'm getting rather efficient at doing it. Still, it will take some time, but we're gonna do that before we move on. So good, because then I won't be so afraid that I'm gonna fray the bejesus out of it. So let's do it.
The herbalists were inspired by the movie Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. After the UV and archers capture eggs, Sal makes a good point. We'll just have to start Avatar hunt all over again if they kill Aang. Even if the Fire Nation wins with the power of Sozin's comet.
Well, hello. Yes, the background has changed. How very nice of you to notice. I am in fact at my parents' house filming, and it feels really stupid. I feel like I should whisper everything I say because I feel utterly stupid for just sitting here talking to myself, especially not in my native language and knowing that I probably sound like an idiot. But here I am. Anything for art, I guess. Art. I felt like I should make an update video right now because I've gotten so far and I haven't made one in a while. This is outside in. This is currently where we're at. Now I have finished adding the lace and the tape thingy to the entire thing. What's left is finishing up the hem, which I haven't done. I'm just going to do a double rolled hem and just hem it, I suppose, by hand because I don't have a sewing machine and I'm not staying with my parents for a while. I also need to finish sewing the buttons and the buttonholes. As soon as I'd finished one of the sides here, I realized this here is not correct. And I was like, does this look stupid? Yeah, it probably does. But I also thought, do I want to change the entire thing? No. So I decided just to make it the same on the other side as well, so it looks more like I meant to do it that way, even though I totally didn't. Other than that, I think it looks okay. I'm not sure about this thing with the tape. I don't think it looks great, but it's what it's said to do, unless I misunderstood. So I did it. Other than that, we're just gonna have a cozy evening with some coffee and some hemming.
It was unfeminine. This is all you ever say to me. It's bad optics. It's bad aesthetics. It's literally what fascism is.
Yes. Mitt knapphål är lagom stort, tack och lov. Hello! Do not mind the clothing. It's there because I don't have anywhere else to put it to dry. I have completed the chemise. I haven't tried it on. Once it's done, so we're gonna do that. This is what it looks like. I still need to iron it. As, at some point in time I probably will. But we'll see. It fits really nicely actually. It's very comfortable, which is good. It might be just a little bit too tight here, but I don't think it is. I can see myself in the monitor just. I like it. It's very, very comfortable. The buttons, you can flash people if you want, which is good, I suppose. I did notice when I looked at this pattern, there's actually, and I wish I'd noticed this sooner, on the first page here, there's that picture, and there you can actually see what type of lace that would have been better to use and how wide your quill tape should have been. Mine is a bit too wide. I don't think it matters, it just doesn't look as neat. And also I could see what I was supposed to have done there. So I almost got it right, but not quite. However, this is not really supposed to be visible. I think that mine isn't quite wide enough. Maybe. No, wait, I'm wearing this underneath. Maybe it's. Yeah, mine might not be wide enough because I did bring it in a bit. Because I don't like it when stuff can slip off my shoulders. That's just a personal preference. Hopefully when I wear most of my stuff, it'll cover up quite a bit, so it won't really make a difference. I'm a bit worried that these stick out too much, but I also hope that that's okay. That it's not too bulky. We'll see once we have the rest of the stuff that we need. So, in conclusion, very easy pattern to follow, very easy to do. I enjoyed it. I never quite enjoy working with lace because I feel like it always unravels on itself. So that was stressful, but other than that it was very simple. And I did enjoy making it. And I do hope that you enjoyed this video. Next time we'll be tackling some other underwear, namely the drawers. Remembered on my own. The drawers. So I'm looking forward to that, and also I will be getting on with the actual corsets. If you remember in this video here, I made the mock-up of the corset, and now I'm gonna finish it. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, give us a like, subscribe, thumbs up and all of that jazz, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Good day, ladies! Yeah, so let's just fix these pattern pieces and get going. I have a hair on my nose, but other than that, I have a pretty good feeling about this. I think it's gonna go well. Did I have enough fabric for the pattern? I also had enough fabric. No. It's because this pattern is, yeah, well, this guy's the... My phone again? Ah. Hello. I'm not sure whether or not... Whoop! Boo!
Ser det?
Mm.
Ger den impulse? Eller stuff?
Nej.